Hi everyone, this is Nazir with Project 2 for MDF 3. This week we included more features for the music player from the first one. For my requirements were to add a shuffle and a repeat checkboxes, along with redesigning my app to support landscape and also include a big picture style notification for my music. So this is the completed product right here. I have the album art and then the title of the song. I have all my controls down here, so if I click start, it starts playing, and then that play button changes out with a pause button, and I can hit pause, changes that out. If I click again, it'll start exactly where it stopped, so it's not resetting it. I can hit next to go next, back to go back, and then if I let it run through, it'll actually start continuing the songs. Now for my shuffle, if I hit this and let it go through, it'll give me a random song at the end, but I can also click next and now pull up a random song. So hit it again, and there it is. Now I also have the repeat, and if I let that run through, it'll just keep repeating that same song. If I click next, it'll actually stay with that same song but just repeat it, and the same goes for going back. And then if I hit stop, everything stops. Now again, let me show you this. If I click play and then drop my notification bar down here, I get this big picture style notification with a title and album cover. If I click on it, it'll take me straight back to the application with the right picture and title showing for it. Now this also works in landscape mode. So the controls are displayed a little bit differently, but they're all there, and whatever was checked is still displaying. And I can hit stop, and everything is the same. And if I back out completely from the app, it actually keeps running, and if I click on a notification, it'll take me right where I was. So that's pretty much it. Let me go over my code now. So in my main activity, I completely restructured the code and added fragments. So now I have two fragments, one for the song art and the title, and then the other one is for the controls. So here I create a new instance of these fragments and display them in the correct container. And then I add the songs to my song array. In my onStart, I start and bind the service, so it does that as soon as it launches. Down here, this is a method to update the notification, which sends in the title and the picture of the song. And then in here I have this button press method, which comes in from my control fragment. So actually, if I go here, all I have here is I connect all the buttons, and I have an interface called the button pressed. So whenever a button is pressed, it takes that view and passes it over to the activity, and then in the activity I do all the logic for the buttons. This last method here is the random generator. So when I hit the shuffle and I click next, it actually comes here, grabs a random number between the maximum size of the array and 1, and then uses that to display the next song. In my play service here, I updated this a lot. I added a couple different methods here for stopping the player, pausing it, and then forward and backward controls. I also have the random generator too here, and updating the notification. The only thing different here that I did for notification is add the set style, and I just pass in a bitmap. This is actually pretty simple. And then in my onCompletion method, I check the preferences to see if the shuffled was pressed, and if so, then it does the random stuff, and if not, then it goes to check if repeating is selected. Otherwise, it just does the default thing, which just gives it the next song that's coming up. It was a tough week. It was hard for me to understand how services work, but when I did get it, everything seemed to work just fine. And so that is pretty much it for my week 2. I'll see you guys next week.